It's 8 p.m. on Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. Just moved them to the next cell here in this fourth row, this fourth section. This is cell number 5. There's 2 more cells to go. Thursday morning, Thursday evening, Friday morning, we go to a new section. And let me tell you, this grass is awesome here, despite the goatweed. There's these shoots that are shooting straight up, and it's beating the goatweed in many places. So the goatweed better get growing if it wants to survive. Otherwise, this grass will take it over. Look at that stuff. Anyway, it is about 90 degrees, 50% humidity, so it feels very nice right now. I'm sweating a little bit, but it's quite cool and refreshing, especially out of the sun here. Although, to be honest, being in the sun wasn't that bad. I forgot my hat. My hat was drenched yesterday when I brought it home, and I brought it home so it can dry out. And I forgot to bring it back to the field this morning, and I forgot to bring it back to the field right now. Anyway. Look at this grass. It's pretty amazing. Considering last year, this time, everything was brown and dead. Nothing was growing. We were in survival mode last year at this time. And now look at it. This is what the cows did to this. They did a good job mowing it down. I'm already seeing spots that they missed. A lot of spots they missed. Anyway. Enjoy that sight for a while. That's beautiful. That's amazing. I wanted to talk something on my mind right now. There's a certain element. You go online. You go to these forums, and there is a demoralizing agent out there. And I'm not going to say it's one person or many people or people acting in concert, because it's irrelevant. The message, the demoralizing message, is don't even bother, give up. You can't win, so don't even try. Wow. What a horrible message that is. What a ridiculously evil. And that's, in Bible times, Jesus cast out demons. This is a demon. That's it. I'm going to just name it. That's a demon. The demon of despair. The demon of hopelessness. The demon inhabits certain peoples and takes over their mind. Gains access to their bodily functions. Right? Convinces them not even to try. How damaging is that? I just, wow. I think people imagine evil as like people in black hoods chanting things around a cauldron in the center of a pentagram or something like that. No. The true evil is the evil that causes you not even to try, to give up, and to give up hope. Hopelessness and despair. Doubt, faithlessness. Those kind of feelings. That's the true evil. That's the things that'll cause real damage in this world. That's the things that we need to avoid. That's why we read the Bible every day and we pray, and why we do good works to help stave off these demons from our minds. And we need to cast them out in the name of the Lord. How do you cast it out in the name of the Lord? Well, look what the good word says. What does the good word say about hopelessness and despair? Right? Good word says is just having faith is enough. If you only believe in me, you shall be saved. Isn't that what it says in the Bible? That belief is enough to be saved. Obviously, there are other things that have to happen, but belief is the beginning. And if belief is good enough for God, then what more can the world ask for, right? The world is just throwing up shadows and images and ideas that aren't even true. Oh, wow. Young men, don't listen to the voice of despair. How often do I have to say that? You are much more valuable than you realize. So much so that the forces of evil in this world have unleashed everything they have in their battery to try and stop you from trying. What's the number one thing they don't want you to do? They don't want you to start a family. They don't want you to have kids. Oh, kids are too expensive. There's no good women out there. Don't even bother looking. That's what they say. Is it true? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's lots of good women out there. You might need to change how you search for good women. I guarantee you're probably not going to find a good woman in a bar, right? Maybe going to church is a good place to start. Maybe doing acts of service in your community, working in the soup kitchen or different places like that, the food shelter, the food bank. There's lots of places that need help. And you have the energy and the ability to actually help people a great deal. And maybe that would be a good place to find a future wife, you know? So don't despair. Don't give up. Don't listen to the voices in your head that say you're not good enough, right? What a ridiculously evil thought that is. You're so worthless. You're so hopeless that Jesus Christ gave his life on the cross for you. Wow. It sounds crazy, doesn't it, to think that you're worthless and hopeless, that God himself would come down and sacrifice himself for you. But that's what he did. In your state, in your current state. He doesn't say like, oh, I'm doing this hopeful that you'll change. He says, I'm doing this for you now, the way you are. Right? And yes, you will change. You will be reborn. Look at the sheep going at this bush here. Is that tasty? Do you like that? Yeah. Don't despair, young men, especially young men in today's world. You know who I'm talking to. Don't despair. Tell the young men in your life also, don't despair. Say, yes, it's hard. Of course it's hard. It always has been hard. Maybe it's harder today than it was yesterday. Maybe it'll be harder tomorrow than it was today. Maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's actually easier. It's still hard, but it's easier. Doesn't matter, does it? You have to go try. Starting a business. Oh my goodness. Some people, the advice to do a lawn mowing business is out on the internet all over the place. And the reason why is because it doesn't require any skill, really. It doesn't require a huge investment of assets. Like, you don't need expensive machines. You could probably borrow the money for your lawn mowing business from your parents or your friends. Heck, ask them if you can just have the money. You'll never pay them back. They'll probably say, yeah, here's $5,000, go buy a lawnmower. Or here's $500, go buy a used one. You know, riding lawnmower. Go start your business. You'd be surprised. Just ask, see what happens. But business is not, like when I was young, I believed the only way to make money and get rich was to write software for a company that gets bought or becomes very wealthy. You know, the idea back then, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, was to get bought by Microsoft. And so you go and you start a company with your friends, and hopefully Microsoft says at some point, like, yeah, you're worth a couple $1 billion, here's some money, right? And that was kind of the dream, right? But like so many dreams that are impossible, like all the kids out there that are playing football thinking that they're going to get a massive scholarship or maybe even a pro position, when the truth is the number of people that end up in that position compared to the number of people who are attempting to get in that position, it's ridiculously small. Your odds are very small to have success doing that, right? But starting a business, it is easier than you think. It is way more successful than you were told. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to have any special skills. Probably you need attributes that aren't valued in the workplace to be a successful business guy. And really the thing that you need most of all is the willingness to do what needs to be done to get it done. And if you can manage to muster that, you'll do just fine. Are you going to be a millionaire the first year you start your business? No. I don't. Maybe, you know. To be honest, if your business grows too quickly and you make money too quickly, that's probably you're doing something wrong or illegal. But over time, as you build your customer base and your clients, as your name gets known, And as people come to know who you are and what you stand for, I guarantee you, if there's any good in it, you will be rewarded for it. You know, don't hesitate. Don't delay. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it, that it's impossible, nobody can do it. Millions and millions of people already have. And you can be one of those people too. It's not that hard. What else to add? So marriage, business, I don't know what other areas to add there. Oh, striving to be a virtuous person, to be a good guy, right? That's something we all struggle with. And that's not easy, you know. And I'm here to tell you that you can't do that. That's something you really can't do, no matter how hard you try. That's a gift from God. But God will reward effort. If you try, if you believe and you try, what more can you do? And all of our efforts account for nothing compared to what God can do. But when it comes to personal righteousness and virtue, strength of character, that kind of thing, those kind of things are attainable. And you don't need to be a Superman to get it. Just strive to have that. And, say your prayers and go to church, read the Bible. It tells you what you need to do. Ecclesiastes is really useful. It says there's nothing new under the sun. And it talks about how the best you can hope for in life really is to grow your own food and eat it. Really, that's all there is in life. That's the only thing worthwhile for striving for, is to grow your own food and eat it. And it says that all these things that people, even wisdom itself, like wisdom was considered the chief virtue by the ancients, knowing what to do and how to do it. But even that is nothing. Even the wise perish. Even the foolish succeed, right? And so you needn't concern yourself with that sort of thing. Just do rightly. Do what's right. Do what you know to be right. Obey God, love God, serve God. You know, there's nothing more. There's nothing more. I didn't mean this to be a religious sermon. This is more of a practical sermon, practical message to give hope to the youth and the young men out there. I'm making these videos to keep track of the field. I put them on the internet so that there's a place that'll have them. And maybe somebody out there will see them, and like two ships passing in the night, maybe I can send out a ray of hope or encouragement. And, my son, he's grown and he's left house. I miss him dearly. And I just think that what would I want him to know, or what would I want to tell him? And these are some of the things I wish he would know, and I wish I could tell him. So maybe some other young man out there will hear it from me rather than his own father. I think there's something weird that happens in the youth and their fathers. You know, it starts off so well and then it goes sour every time. But maybe somebody out there who doesn't know me as the person I am thinks I'm some kind of Superman, or, look at that clover. It's amazing. We'll hear that and take action and do the right thing. So don't give up hope. Don't despair. Don't let the spirit, the demon of despair, capture you. And go out there and live and try. Fail. Failure's okay. It's okay to fail. It really is. Fail and then try again and fail again. And fail 27 times, and then 28th time maybe you'll succeed. That's my life story. You just keep trying. And you have lots of failures and you have some successes, but those successes are often big and worth noting. And take your victories when you get them, And I'm so grateful for the blessings that I have. I know that it's not because of some special talent that I have. These are truly gifts that I don't deserve. Being able to stand here right now in this field in the middle of Texas, northeast Texas, watching cows that I can call my own, eat grass that I can call my own, grown by the sun that stands above my head and the rain that falls from the sky, that's a huge blessing. And I can't tell you how to get this for yourself. I can't tell you all the things that need to be done because I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I got it. I just got money. One of my many attempts finally succeeded. And then I decided to take that money and do this, and it just happened to be the right time to do it. Everything kind of fell together. So just be good. Be good. How about you? Are you good? All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.